Hi folks, welcome back to the World Championship. So finally we've reached the cut stage, so this is top 32. And I have drawn Greyjoy Fealty, which was the most common deck in the entire tournament. A bunch of them made the cut. And felt alright against it, I guess. Baratheon against conventional Greyjoy decks usually is pretty decent, although sometimes they might have cards that cause problems. And yeah, tough road to the cut. Finished second in Swiss, but actually I think all 5 of my opponents also reached the cut, so I had the highest strength of schedule. Really tough road. And let's see if it gets any easier here. I wouldn't think so. And starting with Robert needs to be protected with that reducer, so can't set up the King's Gate just in case there is a marched. There usually isn't in Greyjoy these days. And we have Alanis alone. That's the card that did a lot of work in this tournament for Greyjoy. It was one of the first cards to be considered for the restricted list that followed this event. Especially with Pike giving locations ambush. It meant that there was another way to trigger it in challenges besides silence. Okay, we have Melisandre as well, so things looking alright early on. And of course Robert is a great card against Greyjoy, because most of their characters that do something impactful will be cost 5+. Now what can we do with 10 gold? Throne, chamber, and the econ location would be 5. Okay, Godry. Round 1, the best round to play him. Should grow in strength. And keeping 1 for anything annoying like We Do Not Sow, or even a Pike trigger. There was a lot of talk and some complaining about Pike after the Swiss round, so I was kind of worried I didn't see it in Swiss myself against the Greyjoy deck I played. And yeah, I think it turned out later that a lot of the players weren't really playing Pike, or maybe just a single copy. But those that did play it certainly had some success. And this is not looking good for my opponent here, with a decent amount of gold, having to play Drowned God Fanatic just to get some kind of board presence, even though I have annoying triggers like Robert. And then locations coming in to draw with Alanis and still nothing drawn. I guess that would be better than these cards. So now I can put the pressure on with my challenges, I suppose. I could have done this with Robert to make sure I won, I guess, but at the end of the day, having a Drowned God Fanatic in the dead pile is not that great for me. Yeah, and that's what my opponent is thinking, I think, here. Could have defended, but if he did defend, he would win against my strength 1. And first to have Drowned Fanatic in the dead pile and 2 gold left. Now, is there something to worry about? He's going to get unopposed because of the raiding longship, nothing I could have done. Or does that only work if you're first player? For 2 gold, I guess, if I just defend power to make sure I have bridge position with something annoying like the Bloody Cup. Should be able to cancel that, or we do not so on my Iron Throne or the Chamber. Fanatic coming back. So he's going to do intrigue and power. And this is where we see what annoying card awaits us, if any. We do not so happy to have that bridge position. Hand's Judgment, alright. Yeah, it's more difficult to cancel bridge position than a Hand's Judgment, of course, because it costs 1. So you need to keep 2 gold, and my opponent did so. And losing Selisi also not great for me. Okay, leaving the power on a post so that I can take dominance with the chamber, and now slightly stuck with just 2 cards in hand and not a great location base there, but I guess exchange of information is the plot to play, and everything standing, and his Alani Snelt, so not too bad. Also seems like a good position to play Grand Melee. Seems like it would be difficult for him to do anything against it, and gives him time to just top deck for a while. But okay, going for exchange against Brand the Builder. And is he going first this time? No. Decent call, because my Melisandre, of course, would prefer to target something bigger than the Drowned God Fanatic. Now let's see, is he stuck with giving me something good here? Doesn't seem so. Could give me Shireen, City Gates, Scene in Flames. Could give me Devan, but dangerous that he finds the throne again. Gives me Selisi. Well, what can I say? That's a bit weird, so might have cancels in hand for that. And 5 gold. So first priority, get the city gates in play. And then I suppose, well, it depends. If I want to count on Dohaeris being played at some point, then not having Melisandre in play together with Robert, of course, is beneficial. Yeah, okay. Red keep, good chance of protecting it. And still go for the Scene in Flames, which of course can get rid of a lot of things. Can get rid of We Do Not Sow from hand, or his whatever he draws with Brand the Builder if he draws something, or just the Drowned God Fanatic if he has it. This time Great Hall, and something should be coming in now, and it's Asha. Two ladies in play, so Lizzie would nil everything. And Asha, of course, with her targeted draw, is annoying. Can't stand at the moment, but could use the plot to search for Maiden's Bane. So let's be careful here. I guess Sin in Flames should just check if there's a Fanatic, because Robert can then just be used on 5+, keep Alanis and Asha in health. Greyjoy has stand as a reaction to winning challenges, but can't really stand characters if they are knelt pre-challenges, except for Victarion. So once Asha is knelt by whatever and kept knelt by Robert, she might be gone. Yeah, okay, doing the challenge. He doesn't have that many characters to spare here, so they should kneel something out at least. Or is he happy to get that Fanatic in the death pile again? Could of course win it with Asha on defense. Gets her draw and Brand the Builder. Okay. And board is pretty small, even without Robert. I have my Grand Melees hitting Hans Judgment. Had a second one. Very popular actually with the Chinese players. We saw in the China versus Europe tournament that 3 copies of Hans Judgment were in most decks. There was a lot of those cancel fests where they're played as a chain basically to cancel one another. Now does he try to deny me the red keep here? Asha could still just do power. Should maybe, because I'm already up to 7 with a protected Robert. Okay, I think this is the time to play Sin in Flames to check, or maybe not, because if I play it now to potentially discard We Do Not Sow, I'm not going to discard whatever he draws with Brand the Builder. So taking the risk. If he takes Maiden's Bane, I'm discarding that for sure. Although, does he pass here? Because if he nails Asha, what's he going to do when she's kept knelt by Robert? Okay, wants to do intrigue as well. Looks like I'm taking the risk again of getting Sin in Flames discarded. Bastard of Nightsong is the best card to lose here. Takes Refurbished Hulk, and now if he passes, he hasn't denied my red keep, and I get to draw 2 cards. Okay, so there has to be a Drowned God Fanatic to cancel Robert, surely. And Edric Standing wins dominance by himself. Allows me to trigger the chamber. Okay, now I have full information. All the brand builder triggers and the Asha trigger as well. So he's bound to grab some good cards here. And worth playing just for Maiden's Bane, but let's see if there's something more annoying. Oh, that's unfortunate. Look at that. No cancel, so don't even need to discard Maiden's Bane. She's not going to stand to do any unopposed challenges, and Victarion is the only character, and I'm guessing he was just grabbed with Asha, because surely he would have grabbed a character with 6 non-characters in hand, so that's a good scene in Flames to have had here. Victarion, of course, could have been annoying, even with everything that he himself just stands. I don't have Delena or a Milk at this point, but now one standing character, nothing in hand, and no way for him to do anything against Grand Melee. Best he can do is top deck 2 characters and maybe get some Alanis draw, but to survive against Grand Melee seems impossible. And I have the red keep. Alright, so he has the size, we know that. And okay, that hurts me a little bit, because now I also cannot do my challenges like crazy with all the standing characters. Not sure what I'm thinking here. Is there a reason to go first? Guess he saves Ashe and Alanis with those reasons, and then I can do military if I go first to try to kill something, but doesn't seem worth it. Draw a Melisandre. Just to rub it in, I guess. Although I won't play her if there is no need. Let's see what he plays. Needs more than one character to even achieve anything this round. Well, one character and Fanatic from the dead pile if he kills Alanis, but that's pretty costly. And I should have 7 gold, which is not quite enough for a Red Priest and one other character. Slightly unfortunate. Ooh, not a bad one. This guy can bring something in. He can bring in Selisi if I don't play her, Melisandre if I don't play her, or Angui, who of course will have to kneel because he has loyal characters. Milk would have been nice. Now what? I guess I have to play Melisandre just to kneel Balon. Then it's difficult for him to do a challenge. And then Melisandre is a lady for next round when I can potentially play Silisi. Yeah, a bit of a waste here. 2 gold remaining. Would have loved like a Vanguard Lancer type of character. Bastard in hiding or just a reducer. And no sell down or deeds in this game either, so struggling a bit with the draw. Now what does he do? The only way to do something is to use Balon and Drowned God Fanatic, but with 0 claim he doesn't bother. Now I can unfortunately only do a power challenge. Works with just the 1 character because of the red keep, and keep Melisandre standing to make sure nothing weird happens in dominance. I would have won it regardless, it seems. But now I do get my red keep trigger, so things should be getting better. What's the plan here? Yeah, he can do that. It's not going to do anything. And that gets me up to 13. So Robert winning a power challenge would win the game. So seems like next round should be the last if nothing weird happens. And still I can play a Grand Melee or a Trade Routes. Trade Routes with Bastard of Nightsong and Red Priest. Seems like it wins the game for sure. Okay. Yeah. Against winner die, this is doesn't look smart, does it? Now to claim military, and I'm not doing that well with small characters. With Trade Routes I could just spam this this hand, play it out, and how much gold would it have been? Let's see. 12 gold, okay, so that's Bastard of Nightsong and both Red Priests, for instance. Seems like it's wins the game for sure, but now got myself into some problems. We have Victarion, who of course can stand to try to do multiple challenges. We have still that Fanatic in hand as an extra character, and we have a Balon's ability. Ooh, Theon as well, okay. Maybe one for that saving the kingdom if I have the gold. Now let's check the discard pile. To see what Balon can do, come on. 7 gold. Should try to get 2 characters into play, just to make sure that neither Melisandre nor Robert have to die. Really difficult to defend military. It looks like I won't be checking my discard pile just yet. Okay, and the only card really that does something here is We Do Not Sow. Now do we bother kneeling Victarion? He's the one character that stands, so yeah, if I target Theon instead, and then I could place Saving the Kingdom on the Reducer. It's still difficult to beat Grand Melee, but if he can win military, and he should be able to with Fanatic and Victarion, then Red Priest and Melisandre die, don't they? And I'm leading 13-2, so what am I doing with my set downer deeds? Why not just draw 4 cards, get some Dragonstone Faithfuls and whatever else. Now I check it, okay. So, Melisandre already in play. There is a Silesian, there is Angui. And he's going first with raiding Longship and Ironfleet Scouts. So, as long as he has 2 characters, he's going to win military. So use Fanatic on one of the Nelt characters, do military to kill off Melisandre and the Red Priest, and then he should be able to do the 2 claim power as well with Victarion and the Fishmonger. Now he, I guess, is not really seeing that sequence, because he's just used Iron Gates when he has Urinary Die revealed, so he's thinking, I'm about to lose the game. And maybe now he is. Let's see, can I defend this? Would be 11 with the red keep, so no. Can defend it. In chamber, okay. I should still oppose it with Melisandre though, because she would just die for military claim, wouldn't she? And that was my thinking at this point. Raiding Longship is not going to work. Her strength is already 0 because she's attacking alone with, or defending alone with Grand Melee. It's really the red keep that contributes strength. Okay, getting closer, 11-5. But now I was getting ready. Here I remember this one. Yeah, to lose the 2 characters and then do my best with Robert to win a power challenge back. And he missed it. He missed the military pressure that he had here with Fanatic in the dead pile. And basically thrown the game away because he's used those Iron Gates, and it's going down to 1 card after this round. And I still have the Harris, don't I? So yeah, and if my characters did die, I would still be able to win this one, so still I would still get to 14. But not quite enough to win dominance, it seems. Yeah, nothing I can do. Now let's be smart and use the fiefdom before we get to the standing phase. Or maybe was I even contemplating leaving the locations net, because that stops Victarion. Yeah, that's stupid though, because look at all the 7 costers. But I guess I could play the Harris and keep locations net. And then if he leaves Victarion, who is the only one that protects himself against Melisandre, of course, he's not going to have the stand available. Still 1 warship though. But no, surely not, because what if he has outwit? Does that work? Faction card will stand, needs a Meister. There's no Meister, okay. So it was a reasonable choice, but yeah, going for the 3 big characters here, and he is down to 1 reserve, so I guess I'm not forced to play the Harris. I can play trade routes and play out at least 2 characters, maybe even set down our deeds if it doesn't look like I win immediately. I wonder if he did have outwit in the deck. Does have 1 Meister there. It's the only one we've seen though, and only 27 cards left in the deck, so I think you need a few more. Yeah, he's really outdrawn me in this game. And we take Westeros. Just for the initiative, that putting location into place, yeah, at this point pretty useless. Now have so much gold that I should be able to win. I have Delena, who will stop Victarion, and Traitor to the Crown as well. Stops Euron as well. And I have Selisi, so Red Priest to check if there's a Fanatic, then play Selisi, then play Delena. Is there enough gold? Should be. Looks like he messed up the Euron trigger. Yeah, I think if he did do the 2 claim military on you win or you die, the power should be the same. The difference would be, of course, that I would only have Robert. But then if I also top decked Delena and just played Selisi and Delena, seems like I still win the game, or I play the Harris and yeah, he's left with, well, with the characters that were standing anyway, so that wasn't a good call, so I guess better call was to play trade routes in any case. Just checking if I play Selisi and she needs everything. There is a Fanatic and there is Balon's ability. Just checking what he could still do. And I think I need to play Red Priest first, just to check if the last card is the Drowned God Fanatic. And is it? It is, okay. Good job I had him then. Yeah, this one doesn't really matter if Selisi is played. Or maybe I could play Delena and... never mind, okay. She can bring another body here. All 3 icons and yeah, no way to defend it. Yeah, that was quite a misplay from him in the previous round, but I think I had a dream hand actually with that red keep and top decking in this round, so Really, I think no way for him to turn it around. Okay, so we are in the top 16. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.